Back in the year 1993, Linus Torvalds walked into a bar. Then he saw a lonesome cowboy about to mercilessly dig into a bowl of kernels. And that's how a new operating system was born. Not with 10,239 lines of codes, but with a kernel. And today, we will lead you through the most of what there is to know about Linux. If you are neither a programmer nor a teacher, chances that our Linux seems strangely unfamiliar to you. The thing is, Linux power much more of the global technology than the most people give it credit for. Hello everyone, I am Bataan John Raymond together with Matt Jovan Marquez and Alan J. Sidney. And this group project, we plan to highlight the understand specification, step-by-step editions, and key features that make Linux Mint stand out from the crowd. And now, let's talk about Linux Mint. Linux Mint is the one of the most popular desktop Linux distributions and used by the millions of people. And it is one of the best alternative to Microsoft Windows and Apple Mac OS. And let's talk about advantages of Linux Mint. The first one is pre-installed app, easily customizable. Linux Mint is easily enough for beginners. The best software manager. Linux Mint includes everything from Linux. Then the next is disadvantage of Linux Mint. The first one is the main concern is there is no single official version of Linux. This is the most difficult to find distribution of Linux where you have a vendor support. Much of the commercial desktop software does not run on Linux.
So these are the requirements for installing Linux Mint. So a USB of at least 4 GB in size, or you may also use a DVD. An active internet connection for downloading Linux Mint, ISO, and live USB making tool. So internet is not required for installing Linux Mint. It is optional, but if you have important data on your system where you are going to install Linux Mint, you should copy your files on an external disk for your file safety. So the minimum system requirements for Linux Mint 20 default Cinnamon edition, and for our RAM, we have the minimum of 1 GB of RAM. And then for a more comfortable usage, it is recommended to use 2 GB of RAM. And for our disk space, we have the minimum requirement of 15 GB, and then we have the 20 GB of recommended system requirements. And then for our resolution, it has the minimum requirement of 1024 by 768 resolution. So on lower resolutions, we need to press Alt to drag windows with the mouse if they don't fit the screen.
In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to download and install Linux Mint on VirtualBox. So to download VirtualBox, just go to your browser and search for VirtualBox. And the first thing which will appear here will be from virtualbox.org. Just click on this option and go to download page. And from here you will see the Windows host. So just click on this and it will download the executable file for VirtualBox. And you will just have to click on some next button to finish the installation. And as you can see, it will look like this, and the next thing you will want to have is the Linux Mint ISO file. So to download the ISO file, just go to your browser and search for Linux Mint, and the first thing which will appear here will be from linuxmint.com. And just click on this option and go to downloads. From here you can choose which flavors you will want to have. So for me, I'm going to choose the Cinnamon edition, which is the most popular version of Linux Mint. And from here, you can choose the links to the nearest mirror at your location. Let me show you how this file would look like. Linux Mint and the version 21-cinnamon, which is the flavor, 64-bit, and the extension ISO file. Once you have downloaded this ISO file, we are now ready to create our virtual machine. So just click on this new icon and name your virtual machine. And you can choose the destination folder. So this is the folder I chose, and the type is Linux and the version is Linux Mint, but there is no Linux Mint in this list, so the closest one is the Ubuntu 64-bit. And now I will click next. And for the base memory, I just like to drag this drag bar to the end of green level. So this depends upon the memory of your host machine. And now I will click next. And for the virtual hard disk, you can just leave everything as default. And it will show the summary, and click finish. Before starting of this virtual machine, we have to do some more settings, so go to the settings icon and go to general, and in general go to advanced and change this boot to bidirectional. So this will allow you to drag and drop files from your host machine and copy text in both directions. And then go to storage and click empty and click this disk and select choose a disk file. So from here, you are going to navigate the Linux Mint ISO file, and you will see the Linux Mint ISO file from here, and then click OK.
So to start installing our Linux on our VirtualBox, we just need to press start button here. So for the next step, we are going to navigate through Linux Mint Cinnamon 64-bit and press enter. So after that, you will see a new logo or icon that says install Linux Mint, and you will just click this icon if you want to install it. So in here, in this part, we are going to choose our language, so we click continue. And then for our keyboard layout, we are just going to choose English again, and then we will press continue. So in here, we are prompted to install multimedia codecs, and multimedia codecs are required to play some video formats and to properly render some websites. So we will have to check in here and click continue. So after that, we are having these two options here, which is to erase this data and install Linux Mint, and then we will have something else on the bottom part. So this will delete all your progress, documents, photos, and other files in the operating system. And then we will click install now. And we have here a prompt to right changes to the disk and then press continue.
From here, you can choose your location, but for now, we can just leave everything as default. And in the next window, you will enter your credentials. click continue. You can see it will start the installation of Linux Mint.
Then after that, you will see this windows and it say installation is finished. So all you need to do is click the restart now to restart the virtual machine. As you can see, it say please remove the installation medium and press enter. So at this point, just press the enter. And then from here, you just have enter your credentials which is given at the time of installation. So you can see the Windows Welcome Linux Mint, and all you need to do is close it. Then last, you can now work at your Linux Mint.